Good morning everybody. Welcome to the Matrix Fitness live workout. My name's Gleed. It's looking like it's going to be a nice day outside, so hopefully we can wake up and get you active this morning before you go out and hopefully get your 1 hour of exercise and get a little bit more activity outside as well. We're just going to wait a few more minutes, well actually not 4 minutes, wait another minute just for a few more people to come online if they're feeling up for it this morning. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, bringing you a workout. I'll tell you a little bit about the workout today. We've got 3 rounds of exercise. Each exercise will be 45 seconds on, 15 seconds recovery. In each round, we do it twice. That way then you can learn the exercises, and then the second time then you can then actually start to perfect them as well. What we've done this time on our workout is we've gone for an upper, a core, and a lower, upper, and a lower, core, and upper workout. Just get those in the right way around. To help you understand that when you are working, it's going to feel hard on that part of the body, but then we'll soon get on to the next stage as well. So let's get you ready to do the workout by getting a bit of a warm-up. Just like you to start marching on the spot. If you have got something nearby you to put your knees on, we do have some exercises. So maybe that'll be an exercise mat, a towel, or just a nice big hoodie jumper or something like that. Something just to put underneath your knees. Just start to bring those knees up a little bit more as we mentioned them. And just start to bring your arms up as well. So we're just starting to get a little bit of mobility between your ankles, your knees, your hips, shoulders, and the elbows. So we're just starting to get your body to move a little bit more. Okay, now just come up into a little bit of hop off the floor. The whole goal here is just to start to get the heart rates to come up, but also just to get your muscles to be activated for the workout to come. We do go into the leg exercises, so it's going to be a little bit challenging for some of you. But at the same time, I want you to do as much as you can, because once you've done that first sort of 6 minutes of exercise on the legs, then it's all onto the core, and you get to have a little lie down for that one as well. Okay, now just imagine you've got a skipping rope for me. So we've got you pushing off your toes, and all I want you to do is just start to get up and down off the toes. So you can do it on the spot. You can take it from side to side. It's always a nice one to get a little bit of mobility in the ankles into different positions. Okay, now just try and scissor those feet. So 1 foot comes forwards, 1 foot comes back. Just keep them moving. Okay, now what if they went out and narrow? I don't know if you've ever done any skipping drills, but skipping's really good, especially for runners as well. Gets you off the floor really nice and quickly, helps the turnover of your leg speed as well. So it's just scissoring the legs again. Good. Okay, let's just throw some punches here. So just standing sideways on, jab, cross, jab, rotate over to the 180-degree angle, jab, cross, jab, and back again. Okay, so just start to throw those arms forwards. The reason we're getting some punches in early today is because we have got a whole section of 6 minutes on the upper body. We want to make sure that your shoulders and your back muscles and your chest muscles are all active. So really start to think about trying to throw those punches around about head height. So just above your shoulders, but at the same time, just prepare those muscles for what they're about to do in the workout as well. Good. Okay, now just give me a little half squat. So feet shoulder width apart, and just lower yourself down and back up again. It doesn't have to be too deep to begin with. Again, we're just trying to get the joints to be mobilized, and also starting to feel like the muscles are starting to work a little bit already. So if you're joining me for this morning workout, or maybe you're watching this back, so you can check out the exercises we're going to be doing for later on. I always find that by the time I finish this last workout, remember I do these at 7:45, 12, and 5 o'clock this evening. Let's go a little bit lower. So by the time I finish the 5 to 5:30 class, I always feel a little bit stiffer. So it's definitely working all the muscles. So it's important that we warm them up properly, getting them ready for the workout that's going to be done. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a lateral lunge over towards the side, bring your feet together, and then push it off the floor as well. Let's take it back over to the opposite side. So a lunge where you've got these angles working, and then push off the floor, and you can use your arms to help you push off the floor as well, okay? So lunge across the body and push off. You don't need a lot of room, depends on the length of your legs, but at the same time, we're just looking for you to use your travel as far as you feel comfortable, and then push yourself off as well. Good. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. Touch the floor, then push off, okay? Lunge across, touch the floor, then push off. Now, the reason we get you to touch the floor is I want you to get down into a lower position. So make sure it is your hips going down. What I don't want to see is you just lean forwards. Try and get your hips down towards the floor as you then push off as well. Really important to prepare your body to making sure you've done the right exercises. Okay, some jumping jacks then. Taking the legs wide and narrow, and your arms, they're coming up to around about shoulder height. If you want to go a little bit higher, what you can do is you can start to increase your heart rate a little bit more. So part of these exercises is more than just activity, and it's also fitness improvement. Allow your arms to go over your head and get you ready. Okay, now, just shake the body out. Let me show you the first exercise. It's going to be called a Sumo Thruster. Here's what happens. Hands go down onto the floor. You jump out, and you jump your feet back in, but your elbows go outside of your, on the inside of your knees. You get a really wide position, okay? Let's go for this. 45 seconds. You jump out, and then jump yourself back in. So your feet are coming close towards your hands. And as you do this, when your knees go just outside your elbows, and if you can, try and look upwards in this tall position. The reason why you get yourself into that upwards position is because that way your back is straighter. If you look down towards the floor, it's really easy to go into that rounded back. We want the hips to sit down. Okay, so it's a deep sumo position. We've all seen on TV, if not in person, those sumo wrestlers where they get into that really deep position where the center of their mass is nice and deep. And that's what we're looking for, okay? First exercise done. Second exercise is a speed skater. We're going to push from one side to the other in a very dynamic and athletic position. As you start to travel with these, bring your feet closer together and push off from side to side. Let's go. 45 seconds of work. Now you start to see why we did quite a few of these. And we also got you into a deeper position in the warm-up. It's all about preparing your body for the right exercises that you're going to be doing as well. Now you see, the reason I drive my arms is it gives me a little bit more athletic and dynamic movement. We're looking for you to stay in a position where you're in complete control of your body at all times. So pushing off from one foot to the other. Now if you need to, you can bring those feet together, but if you want to make it a little bit more dynamic and work on the stability of your ankle, your knees and your hips, maybe that foot as it comes across doesn't quite touch. Okay, shake it out there. Now we've got a little combination here for you. It's going to be around about 10 skips, and then I want you to go into a dynamic lunge position, and then we go into about 10 skips again, okay? I'm not worried about the numbers, it's just about the movement and the fitness. Let's go. Think about 10 skips, and then dynamic lunge back. Good, let's go, 10 skips. And then lunges, good. Now, as long as what we're doing is keeping your heart rate up and getting those big muscles in the lunge to really start to work you, that's the goal here. Big movement, good. Now, if you wanted to make this lunge a jumping lunge, that's absolutely fine. But remember, we're going to be doing all these exercises a second time, so that way then you can always progress them when you feel like your body is a little bit more ready for the work I'm asking you to do. Okay, relax there. 15 seconds for recovery, and we go around to our first exercise again, which is the Sumo Thrusters, okay? Hands going down on the floor, starting just over the 5 seconds. Feet jump back into a plank position, and then your feet jump next to your hands. So let's go. 45 seconds of work. Remember to look upwards. That will just help keep your spine become a little bit straighter. For some people who don't have great mobility in their hips, this can be a really challenging exercise. I know in particular, when I'm back at a normal work, I do a lot of hours of driving, and this is a great exercise for people who get very stiff in their hips. It's definitely something I work on a lot. So if you are the sort of person who's desk-bound or in a car seated position, it's a great way of starting to really challenge that range of movement that you've got. Just 10 seconds left to go. Keep looking up every time you jump your feet in. Good work. Keep working, keep working. Last one. Okay. Speed skaters. Now, remember, low athletic position. Remember what we said, the feet can come together, or if you want to, let that foot hover a little bit. That will challenge your stability a little bit more. Bigger range of movement is the bigger challenge. Let's go. Now, sometimes you'll see people do this one and their foot's going behind. What that causes is rotation. And if you're the sort of person that wants to put rotation into your knee, that's fine by you, not good for me. Okay, it's all about that dynamic position. So try not to let your body rotate. It's not a good position on the knee, especially when you're moving at force and speed as well. So try to stay low and push yourself from side to side. Use your arms to drive that movement. You're doing good work. Let's keep that speed up now. Last 10 seconds. Then we've got one more exercise on the legs. I need you to push yourself. After this, we go down to the floor where we're doing core work. Okay, shake it out. Skip into the lunges, okay? Around about 10 skips, and then into your lunges. Remember, you have the option of making that a jumping lunge to challenge you a little bit more. In 3, 2, imagine you're skipping rope. Let's go. So around about 10 skips, it could be 10 seconds, okay? And then into the lunge position. Let's go. You pick the intensity, okay? If you don't want to do the lunges, that's fine. It's your workout, okay? All we're looking to do is to try and push your fitness and try and get their legs working. Let's go, big lunges. Now you've got the option of that lunge turning into a jumping lunge if you would like it. Here it is, there to there, step up, good. Just over 10 seconds of work. Lunge, jump lunge, step the feet together. 10 skips again. Good, 5 seconds to go. And relax there. Okay, grab yourself a mat, grab yourself a jumper, a towel. First up, we've got V6. So we're going to line the mat down on the floor, straight onto your back. Let's get you ready for these V6. Line your arms over your head, nice long tall position, and then we're going to fold yourself up into the center and then back down towards the floor. Try and reach your fingertips towards your toes. It's as much work as you can do, but it's got to be with control on the way down. So try not to just flop and fall. It's got to be a very precise, cool, strengthening movement. Using your arms and legs as levers to really challenge your body as you move. It's not about just throwing yourself up and dropping down. 15 seconds of work. Think about your chin and chest reaching up towards the ceiling. And it's not about your chin coming down towards your chest. It's about the height of your chin and chest lifting upwards and your arms reach over the top. Last one. And relax there. Okay, side plank with crunch. Check this one out. We've been working on a few of these side planks, so it's a side plank position. And then from here, arms reached. We've been working towards this over a few of the workouts. So if you've been following, you'll be in a good position. Okay, 3, 2, let's go. Up. Now, if this is the first time that you've joined us for a workout, that's fine. You can either hold a plank or go on your knees. That'd be a nice, slightly easier plank. The arm can just be held to reach. You don't have to bring your knee in, but it's whatever you can do. We've got 5 more seconds and we're really going to quickly swap sides. And let's do it now. Okay, quick transition over to the opposite side. Same thing. I want to get both sides done in the same 45 seconds here. So bringing your knee and elbow in close together and then reaching tall. Great work, great work. Keep that intensity up. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, onto your front. The exercise is called a Superman. Hands underneath your shoulders and then your knees underneath your hips. Opposite arm and leg gets extended. Come back to the center and then alternate to the opposite side, okay? Let's give this one a go. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Reach your opposite arm and opposite leg. Come back to the center and then over to the opposite side. Now, yes, we're doing HIIT training during this time, but as part of HIIT training, it's not all about the highs. To truly make it interval work, you've got to allow your body to recover a little bit. This is where the core exercises right in the middle should give you an opportunity, if you're doing the whole workout, to feel like you're working your fitness in your legs. Now we allow your heart rate to come back down. This is a core stability exercise that's going to challenge the control. For the people who are starting to find themselves being sat down a lot, extending your spine, your leg and your arm at the same time against gravity. It might not be the most intense exercise, but it's a really important one. Okay, V6, let's get you ready. Please do those 3 exercises again. Lie yourself down, arms above the head. V6 starting in 5. Remember, reach towards the toes, chin and chest, lift up towards the ceiling. Let's go. Breathe out as you come up, breathe in as you come down. Breathe out and breathe in. Now in your own speed, but keep that breathing going. Breathe out and exhale, and then keep control. Breathe in as you lower down. Breathe out as you reach up. Breathe in as you lower down. Hands reach towards your toes. If they touch, that's a great work. It either shows good flexibility in the hamstrings or great core strength, but you've got to be able to control it on the way down as well. Last 10 seconds of work to go. Last 4, 3, and relax there. Okay, side plank with crunch. So elbow underneath the shoulders, feet stacked upon each other. Up into a side plank, opposite arm and leg are going to be up and bring close together. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Bring yourself up, reach the arm, knee and elbow come close together. Keep control on this one again. Reach through the arm, reach through the leg. Keep pushing your hips high. The secret to a side plank is always about pushing your hips up high, and that way it keeps your spine nice and straight. You'll find a lot of people start to get a little sagging effect into their hip. Let's do one more, and then we're going to really quickly swap sides. Let's go. Quick transition over to the opposite side. Feet on top of each other. Let's go straight in. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Nice big reach again. Keep pushing the hips high as we've just talked about. You should find that your breathing is not challenged too much now. Good. Okay. Supermans. Now, we did the last ones on your knee, but you have got the option of making this a little bit harder by bringing it onto your toes, okay? So your choice as to how hard you want to make this exercise. Let's get you set in 2, 1, let's go. Opposite arm, opposite leg, extend out in front of you. Now, your eyes should look down towards the floor, especially just in between where your hands go. And if your hands are returning back underneath your shoulders, you'll probably find that there's a little gap between your thumbs. That's where your eye line is going to be watching. Think about pushing your heel away, and think about trying to always squeeze your butt cheeks in that extended position. So once that leg is lifted and the arm's lifted, squeeze your butt cheek just slightly. A couple of seconds there. Just almost like a small pause, just to make sure that the lower back is in just in that perfect straight line position. Okay, right. Now we're going to keep the mat for this next exercise. It's a press up and then a T position. Let me show you. Once you've done your press up, you're going to extend your arms up into a T position. Okay, so you've got the option. Let's go with these. So press up and then into a T. I'm just going to move the mat just so you can see the technique a little bit if you need to. Okay, so press up, then up into that T position, and then press up and over to the opposite side. So you alternate. The T gets its name from the position of the arms going across your body. Now, you can always do these press-ups on your knees and then come back up into that plank position. Okay, so you've got the options. You pick the intensity. I'll just go with the knees on this first round. Remember, we've got a second round, so you can learn the exercise, and then you can really challenge yourself with it as well. Okay, relax that one. Now, tricep dips. There should be a sofa, a chair, or you can do it on the floor. A dip, lowering your body down towards the floor and back up. If you haven't got anything near you, fingertips facing towards your hips, bend your arms, push yourself back up. So you've got the option of doing it on the floor if you need to. But if you can, get yourself on a chair, sofa, anything like that, that would be great. And what we're looking to try and do is as many reps as you feel as if you can, but think about your lower back being close towards the sofa or the chair. What we don't want to do is start to make this a shoulder shrug, where your shoulders are coming too close to your ears. So just try and push yourself away in that position. It's almost like coming to around about a 90-degree position. It's avoiding the shoulders coming up, and it's much more about the elbows coming back. That's a little secret to that one. Okay, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, down on the floor again for this next upper body exercise. It's called a Renegades Work. We're going to bring the hand in towards the chest, and then you place it right back down where it was. Okay, So we're alternating the hands into a walking position. 2, 1, let's go. Now the idea behind this is much more about stability again. This is strengthening the upper body, working your chest, your shoulder, your back muscles. Now if you haven't got the core strength to be able to resist that rotation, do it on your knees. You'll soon get used to doing this. Now, when I used to do a lot of personal training, we used to always have clients who would ask, how do I get better at doing press-ups? What exercises, other than actually doing a press-up, can help me get to press-ups? Well, this is one of them. The ability to stabilize the shoulder and to push into the floor so you've got that force working without having to bend at the elbow where you're almost at the weakest joint. So getting the shoulders to be stronger in that stable position is a really good one. Okay? Shake the arms out, loosen them up a little bit. 10 seconds, then we go for that press-up T position where you've got the option on the knees. Okay, if you can, this time join me for all of them, being up into your toes. Let's give it a go. Press up, and then T position. Alternating from side to side, get that deep range of movement. It's much more about lowering the chest and the hips to the floor than it is reaching your nose towards the floor. I sometimes describe that as a chicken pecking corn off the floor. I don't want your nose coming forwards. I want your chest and shoulders reaching down towards the floor. Last 10 seconds of work. Take your time. Just because the time is on, it's not a speed session here. Strengthening through the upper body. And relax there. Okay, tricep dips. You've got the option on the sofa or your chair, lowering your elbows down and bending up the elbow joint, not the shoulder shrugging. Here's the floor option. I'll stay with this one so you can see it for a bit. Okay, from here, press down and back up again. Now you might find that this on the floor is quite easy. That's not a problem. It's about the endurance of doing it. So if you've got the option of that higher platform, the chair, the sofa, that's great. For people who want in a progression, take one leg off. It means that you're not using as much of your hamstrings and your glutes to help you. You can always alternate the legs, or you can just go straight into those arms. After this exercise, you've got the Renegade row, and then into the cool down. So I know the upper body is going to be burning a little bit, especially around the shoulder joints. Keep going there. 5 seconds here, and 3, 2, you are done. Relax there. Renegade row, last exercise. Remember, plank strong position. Walk your hand in towards your chest. It's about the stability of the shoulders. Again, a great workout today. Okay, do what you can. Option of doing them on your knees if you need to. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Yeah, brilliant. Hold that strong plank. Bringing your feet a little bit narrower makes the exercise harder as well. What you're going to start to feel when you do that one is a little bit of shift from side to side. Try and control that shift. And then, if that shift is starting to be uncontrollable, that's when you take your feet a little bit wider again. Not about how many you do. Think of this as strong, really challenging strength work, where you have to really control. This is where the benefits come from. It's not about heart rate here. That was round 1. Good work, you're doing well, doing well. Hang in there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Relax there. Whew. Well, his upper body's really got it there. It's quite nice too. I find a lot of workouts that I'm seeing online, they're all hip training, they're all legs, jumping. Quite like putting some of these 4 exercises in for you guys as well. Let's show you an up dog and down dog. What you're going to do, drop your hips down towards the floor, just holding yourself up. Move into the middle of the camera for you. So holding that up dog position. Now the knees can rest onto the floor. That's great. Tuck your toes under into a downward facing dog now. So lift your hips up, reposition your feet if you feel like you need to. What I'm looking for you to do is to straighten your spine, push your hips up into the air. You can have a slight bend in the knees if you want to. If you can push your heels down towards the floor and straighten your legs, then that's a lovely downward dog position. Let's drop into the up dog again. Get a little stretch through the front of your hips. Remember to bring your shoulders away, peel your shoulders back. Eyes looking up towards the ceiling. Tuck your toes under, down facing dog. Just walk through your heels. Done a little bit of skipping work, so it's important to stretch out through the calves. Okay, now one foot comes up towards your hands, okay? Push the back heel away. And what I want you to do is I want you to reach your arm up. It's called a runner's stretch. This is my favorite stretch. This little stretch combination of up dogs, down dogs, this runner's stretch. And then what I'm going to do is introduce you to a new stretch that we haven't done before. It's called the swan. And that's a great exercise as well. Okay, swap over to the opposite side. Opposite arm comes up now. Push the back heel away from the rest of the body. Just so that way then you start to stretch and lengthen through your hip. Now we're going to go back to a downward facing dog. Now check this out. From your downward facing dog, your right foot is going to swing up towards your left leg, and then your right knee goes over towards your right hand. Okay? So that's the position you're going to go into. I'm going to move sideways a little more so you can see that. Okay? Now, if your foot isn't getting there and you're looking at me like that's not happening, Matt, not happening at all. What you can do, just bring your knee to the floor, and you can always see that the knee is in between the legs, and that's fine. And then the option is just to almost lower your hip from side to side, just to rock into it. So let's take it back to the downward facing dog and show on the opposite side. Swing your foot up and through, and you can see the goal here is to try and get this leg parallel with the rest of the body, okay? So your hands are next to your foot and your knee, and then you almost try and square your hips around, okay? Now, if this is an exercise that you need to practice a little bit, that's fine. It's not like time isn't on your side in this one. So it's called a swan position. You have got the option of bringing the arms up. It comes from a pigeon pose into yoga as well, so have a little look up onto that one. Okay, let's take you into a groin stretch. What I want you to do is want you to sit down, and your feet are going to be sole to sole here. And then literally, what you're trying to do, you can take a lock around your feet, just a little bind there, and think about sitting tall with your spine, and as you breathe, letting your knees drop out to the sides. That's great. Brilliant. Now what we're going to do, slowly bring you up into a standing quad stretch. You can also do the quad stretch on the floor if you want to. From this position, just find yourself something to hold on to. You should have that chair or sofa nearby if you've been doing the dips as well. And bring yourself into a standing position. Push the foot into the palm of your hand so you get a nice deep stretch in the quad. Think about pushing your hips forward slightly. That helps engage your hip flexor a little bit more. Really nice. A little bit of stability there as well. Swap it over. There we go. We're coming towards the end of the workout. We're just going to stretch through the chest and the triceps as well. So bring the hands behind you. Lift your chin and chest up tall. You can see I've bound the hands behind me. Lifting your chin and chest tall. Shoulder blades back and down into that deep chest stretch. Now we're going to go into the triceps. So the arm comes up and behind you. You can either grab hold of the hands, or you can just support the elbow and into that stretch. And then we'll swap that over to the opposite side. You've got the options, remember, bind at the back. Good, loosen yourselves up. My name's Matt Gleed. This has been a Matrix Fitness live workout. It is now 8:15 in the morning. Hope you have a great day. Stay safe out there, and we might see some of you back at lunchtime or this evening. If not, it'll be next week, next Tuesday and Thursdays. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.